everyone. Thank you so much for joining me for this quick full body flexibility flow. During this class, we're going to work through different poses that are obviously going to help you gain flexibility. If you know you're a bit tighter, you might need 2 blocks or anything that you can think of to replace it. And when you're ready, just go ahead and meet me on the mat. So when you guys are ready, you can go ahead and grab your blocks and stand up. Place your blocks towards maybe the top of your mat because that's probably where you're going to need them to begin with. We're going to start standing for this one. So coming into Tadasana, your feet are directly underneath your hips. So your feet are hips distance. Arms are simply by your side. I'll invite you to close your eyes if you haven't already done so. Starting to bring your attention inward. Bringing your attention to your breath. Ensuring that your spine is straight and long, your shoulders are relaxed, down and away from your ears. Trying to make every inhalation and exhalation as equal as possible. On your next inhalation, go ahead and raise both arms. Rise up and overhead. And on your exhalation, lower the arms down. So bend to the arms, cactus with the arms. Take a big inhale here. Puff with the heart, puff with the chest. And on your exhale, sway forward, tucking your chin into your chest, rounding in the back of the heart. Again, inhale, cactus and puffing with your heart up towards the sky. Exhale, sway. Bringing your chin to your chest, really rounding in the back of the heart. Last one here, inhale. Puffing with your chest up. And exhale. Tucking your chin to your chest. Next inhalation, simply go ahead and raise both arms up and overhead. On your exhalation, go ahead and try and melt all the way down to a forward fold, holding onto opposite elbows. Simply focusing on shifting your weight towards the tip of your toes here. Belly button is up and in. Keeping your spine straight and long here. On your next inhalation, plant the fingertips down on the floor or onto your blocks, whatever height that you need as always. We're going to take a bent leg, alternate bent leg forward fold. So on your next exhalation, bend into that left knee. We're going to fold onto our right side. So again, focusing on keeping your spine straight and long. Maybe you need your blocks by your side, wherever you are. Shifting the weight towards the tip of your toes. Nice inhalation, planting the fingertips down on your blocks, coming back to your straight back. Belly button is up and in. Again, shifting the weight forward towards the tip of your toes. We're going to exhale, bend into that right leg and melt onto our left thigh this time. So wherever you are here, focusing on belly button up and in, keeping that spine straight and long. Maybe you need to move your blocks, place them a little bit closer. whatever you need here. Next, inhalation, planting the fingertips down or on your blocks, coming back to your straight back. And on your exhalation, this time we're going to take and attempt a full forward fold. So wherever you are, exhale, try and melt forward onto your thighs. Again, maybe you have your strap underneath your feet here, focusing on keeping your spine straight and long. Or maybe your blocks are by your side. Next inhalation, planting the fingertips down or on your blocks, coming back to that straight back. And on your exhalation, plant the hands down, step your feet back, coming slowly, making your way into your downward facing dog. When you're here, maybe you need to take a few paddle outs with the legs, or take some movements from side to side, whatever you need here to find stillness into the pose. And as always, if you have really tight hamstrings and need to modify it, always feel free to bend into the knees, keeping the heels lifted to ensure that you can keep good alignment. Imagining that your armpits are looking at each other here. 2 more breaths wherever you are. On your next inhalation, we're going to take some spinal waves. So when you're ready, take a big inhale, drawing your chin to your chest. Roll forward, really round the back of the heart. When your shoulders over your wrist, exhale, drop the belly, lift the tail, bending the knees as much as you need, letting your hips glide you all the way back. When you make it back, again, inhale, roll forward to high plank. When shoulders over wrist, exhale. Dropping the belly, lifting the tail, lifting your gaze, bending your knees as much as you need. Head is the last thing to come back down. Last one here, inhale. Roll forward, exhale. Drop the belly, lift the tail, lift the gaze. Let your hips glide you back. When you make it back, letting your right leg lift up, 3-legged dog. When you're here, ensuring that your hips are squared, pressing down into both hands. On your next inhalation, lower the toes down on the mat. We're going to take some leg swings. So exhale, kick up. Inhale, lower down. Following your breath. Exhale, kick up and down. Up and down. Up and down. Up, down. Last one. Hold it here. Next inhalation, we're going to lift our left heel off the mat. And look in between your hands. And on your exhalation, lower the heel back down. See if you can kick a little higher. Keeping your hips squared. Next inhalation, raise that left heel off the mat, bringing that right thigh to your chest. Exhale, lower that foot in between your hands. Inhale, arms come up, high lunge. Take a moment here, making sure that your right knee is stacked on top of that right ankle. On your next inhalation, cactus the arms. Lower that back knee down on the mat. Arms come back up, setting yourself up for a low lunge here. Again, maybe you'll need to have your blocks by your side to help. So focusing on keeping your knee over your ankle. Hips are sinking down towards the ground. Wherever you are here, focusing on your breath. Next inhalation, fingertips come on your blocks or on the floor, shifting your hips back. Straighten that front leg, setting yourself up for half split here, making sure your hips are square, front foot is flexed. Inhale, straight back, belly button is up and in. Exhale, try and melt your chest to your thigh, keeping your spine straight and long wherever you are. Those hips are squared. You need to keep your blocks underneath your hands. Next inhalation, pressing the hands down, lift yourself back up, shifting the hips forward, coming back to that low lunge, arms come up. Exhale, let it sink. Take a full breath here. Next inhalation, planting the hands down on the mat, tuck the back toe, and slowly make your way into a pyramid pose. So here your heels are in one line, that back foot is tilting a bit out to like a 45-degree angle. Your hands are either fingertips are on the mat or on your blocks. Inhale, coming to your straight back here, your belly button is up and in, spine is straight and long. Exhale, try and melt your chest to your thigh. Again, keeping that spine straight and long, shifting the weight forward, hips are squared. Next inhalation, lift up, coming back to that straight back, so fingertips are either on your blocks or on the mat. On your next inhalation, bend into that front leg. The right fingertips are going to come forward but out, a little bit out, or either on your blocks here. So inhale, setting yourself up here, coming up into half moon. Your hip, your upper hip is rotating out here. Trying to not put too much weight on those fingertips, really engaging the core. Next inhalation, planting both hands down, square out those hips. You're going to go ahead and grab the back of the ankle with your right hand, setting yourself up for your standing split. So slowly kick up, shifting the weight forward again here. Pulling with that top leg, not caring about what you look like, if it's straight or not. Next exhalation, lower that back leg down, setting yourself up for your high lunge. Arms come up and overhead. When you're here, take a moment. On your exhalation, lower that back knee down, setting yourself up for that low lunge again. Here, if your blocks are by your side, go ahead and place them towards the top of your mat. Plant your hands down. You're gonna come and set yourself up here. Bring that right thigh back, coming into this tabletop position. When you're here, ensuring that your knees are in one line, you're gonna slide that right thigh out. Making sure, again, knees are in one line. Your feet are gonna be a little bit more out. Focusing on popping your booty out, so that little pelvic tilt here. Forearms are maybe down on the mat. The easiest would be to bring your chest down. Have some pillows underneath your chest. Making sure that you're not out of the stretch like this. You're focusing on staying in that one line. Focusing on your breath. Next inhalation, coming back to this tabletop position. Tuck the back toe. Slowly make your way back to your downward facing dog. When you're here, take a moment to reconnect with your breath. We're gonna do something similar on the other side. So when you guys are ready, starting with our spinal waves. Take a big inhale, draw chin to your chest, roll forward to high plank, when shoulders over wrist. Exhale. Drop the belly, lift the tail, lift the gaze. Let your hips glide you all the way back that downward facing dog. When you make it back, again, inhale, roll forward to high plank. When shoulders over wrist, exhale, drop the belly, letting your hips glide you back. Last one here, inhale, roll forward, and exhale. Drop the belly. Again, bend the knees as much as you need. When you make it back this time, that left leg is going to lift up, three-legged dog. Ensuring that your hips are squared. On your inhalation, lower those toes down on the mat. We're going to take the leg swings again. So inhale, kick up. Exhale, kick up. Inhale, lower down. Exhale, up and down. Follow your breath. Couple more. Last one. Hold it here. Next inhalation, right heel lifts off the mat. Look in between your hands. Exhale, lower that heel back down. See if you can kick a little higher here. Keeping your hips squared. Next inhalation, right heel lifts off the mat. Bring the left side to your chest. Exhale, foot comes in between your hands. Inhale, arms come up. High lunge. Take a moment here. Next exhale, inhalation, cactus the arms. Exhale, arms come up and overhead, lowering that back knee down on the mat. Again, setting yourself up for that low lunge. If you use your blocks by your side before, you can go ahead and do so. You can bring your fingertips down by your side, or keep your arms up and overhead. As long as you keep that knee over your ankle, imagining that your thighs are like scissors, so pressing against each other. Next inhalation, fingertips come down, hips shift back, straighten that front leg, setting yourself up for a half split. Inhale, straighten your back, belly button is up and in. Exhale, try and melt onto your thigh, making sure that your hips are squared here. Focusing on your breath. Next inhalation, planting the hands down. Go ahead and shift the hips forward. Coming back to that low lunge, arms come up and overhead. Exhale to settle. Take a full breath here. On your next inhalation, planting the hands down, tucking the back toes. Go ahead and lift yourself up, set yourself up for that pyramid again. So heels are in one line, the back foot is slightly angled out. Fingertips are either on the mat or on your blocks. Inhale, coming to your straight back. Your hips are squared, belly button is up and in. Exhale, try and melt your chest to your thigh. Focusing on your breath here. Keeping that spine straight and long. Next inhalation, go ahead and bend into that front knee. Go ahead and bring those left fingertips on the side, not putting too much weight on those fingertips. You're mostly shifting the weight, setting yourself up for your half moon. Again, staying strong here. Next inhalation, planting both hands down on the mat, square out those hips. Planting that right hand down on the mat, but it's a little bit more out, so not straight forward in front of you. It's a little bit more out to the side. That left hand is going to come behind your left ankle. Slowly kick up actively with your leg, your right leg up towards the sky. Shifting your way forward. Doesn't matter if it's fully straight today. Do your best. Next exhalation, lower that back leg down. Inhale, arms come up. High lunge. On your exhalation, lower that back knee down. set yourself up for that low lunge again. Next inhalation, plant your hands down, bring that leg back, coming back to that tabletop position. When you're here, take a big inhale. We're going to take some side twists. So inhale, go ahead and bring that right arm under the left armpit, palm facing up, bringing the right side of your head down. Maybe your left hand stays on the mat, or it comes on and hug and grip onto your right thigh. Looking up and over your left shoulder. Next inhalation, planting your hands down. Slowly making your way back to that tabletop position. Take a full breath here. Next inhalation, we're going to switch it. So go ahead and inhale, sliding that left arm this time under, palm facing up. Maybe bring your right hand and grip it onto your left side this time. If you did on the other side, feeling a stretch on your side here. Next inhalation, go plant that right hand down on the mat. Coming back into that tabletop position. On your next inhalation, making sure that the toes are touching the back edge of your mat. Gonna take a big inhalation, drop the belly, lift the tail, lift the gaze, and slowly walk your hands forward. First thing, starting by melting your forehead down on the mat. Then see if you can bring maybe your chest and throat, making sure that you're trying to keep your hips stacked and over your knees here. Next inhalation, bring both hands by your side. Inhale, slowly sit down onto your heels. Slowly coming back to your breath. Next inhalation, planting your hands down, taking the back toes, making your way back to your downward facing dog. When you're here, again, take a moment to reconnect with your breath. You're here on your next inhalation, both heels lift off the mat. Slowly try and tiptoe your way to the top of the mat here. When you're here, inhale, coming back to your straight back. Again, feet are together this time, so belly button up and in. Maybe your hands are on your blocks. Exhale, so you try and melt onto your thighs, shifting the weight forward. Next inhalation, slowly rise, both arms come up and overhead, sitting your bum down, coming into a chair here. On your next exhalation, trying to see if you can sit a little lower. Exhale, slowly sit all the way down. Legs come up, setting yourself up for a boat pose here. Maybe your legs are bent, maybe they're straight. Maybe you're grabbing the back edge of your feet, bringing your thighs to your chest, slowly extending your legs for full boat. Wherever you are. Core is engaged, heart is lifted. Next exhalation, legs come straight down in front of you. Slowly setting yourself up here for a seated forward fold. So when you're here, take a big inhale, arms come up and overhead. Exhale, try and melt, leading with your heart. Melting onto your thighs. Next inhalation, slowly lift up onto your fingertips and slowly make your way all the way back onto your back. When you're here, legs are straight out in front of you, arms are by your side. On your next inhalation, slowly bringing the bottom of the feet together, letting your thighs fall out towards the side, taking a recline bound angle pose here. Maybe your hands come into the midst of your thighs to help your thighs come closer to the ground. If you haven't already here, I'll invite you to close your eyes. Slowly starting to unwind. On your next inhalation, slowly bring your thighs back together, keeping the bottom of the feet down on the mat. On your next inhalation, palms are facing down. Go ahead and inhale, tucking the tailbone, slowly lift your bum up, coming into a bridge pose here. You're pressing the floor away, your thighs are pressing against each other. Kind of imagining that you have a block in between your thighs here. Maybe you're walking your hands closer together. Maybe clasping the hands together. Try and lift a little bit higher for 2 more breaths here. Pressing down with your feet. 1 more breath. Next exhalation, slowly lower down, 1 vertebrae at a time. Slowly focusing on your breath. Next inhalation, you have the option to do this again or attempt a little wheel pose. So here, making sure that you're placing your hands towards the middle of your head. Feet, same idea as the bridge that we did before. So take a big inhale, lift your tailbone up, and press down into your hands. Slowly lift up, all the way up. And on your next inhalation, maybe you take some sways and try and straighten your legs. Trying to stack your shoulders over your wrists. Keeping those arms straight. So maybe taking some sways like this. Or maybe trying to walk your hands closer to your feet. On your next inhalation, slowly make your way back on the mat and release. Take this moment to reconnect with your breath. I know that wheel pose can be really challenging, but it's such a nice way to open your body. And it's one that I used to shy away from, but have definitely learned to enjoy it. On your next inhalation, simply start to straighten the legs out in front of you. Arms come by your side. When you're here, bringing your attention to your breath. We're going to finish this practice by taking a few breaths in Shavasana. Truly hope that you enjoy this quick full body flexibility flow and that you have a wonderful day. Namaste.